Okay, my boy Todd Atkins made this for me because in one of our interviews we were talking and I said that Nate and Nick Diaz were the Beavis and Buttheads of MMA. Now, what did I mean by that? What I meant by that is they were a global phenomenon. People fell in love with their characters, right? And they were both sort of similar to like the disillusioned, right? Teen in America that's angry and says uses bad words and probably smokes a lot of pot and everything else. Did I know Nick and Nate? I knew them to see them, right? They would come down to Gilbert's El Nino once in a while. Nate was very on to the fact he was going to be a big star, right? Because he was on the show in I was in prison. It was like 2006, 2007, something like that. And he was on the show, and I think he was a teenager there, and he was angry, and people saw his personality. But by the time I, was around El Nino and whatnot, you're talking like 2010. Like Nate knew he was going to be a star. Now Nick is a weirdo, and he's kind of a jerk, if you will, just with his attitude. But that's who he is. That's his personality. You don't want him to be anything else. And what I meant by this is how you market. This is how you sell. Let's be real honest. Neither one of the Diaz brothers is a particularly exciting fighter. Neither one of them has any kind of power, right? Like they don't do amazing things. I mean, there's occasionally you'll catch a jiu-jitsu thing like Nick's Go-Go Plata in Japan. I mean, and Nate's had a few arm bars and stuff like that look really cool because they're very good. They're jits guys at their base, right? And they box, right? And they treat everything else like wrestling and kickboxing don't exist, which is hilarious. I think I saw Nate do some cool kicks in his fight with Michael Johnson. But anyway, this is how you build business, right? Like you make characters that people absolutely fall in love with. I'll tell you one I think Dana White totally missed the boat with. And Dana almost missed the Diaz brothers. Thank God they were, inculcated in Cesar Gracie culture, and that was who they were and who they identified with. I'll tell you who Dana missed completely was Roy Nelson. I mean, if he had made him heavyweight champion of the world, which he easily could have done by matching him right and whatnot, I think that would have appealed to everybody. Who is Roy Nelson? I mean, he's like every NASCAR driver that exists, Ricky Bobby, right? Yeah, I think that Dana really missed the Diaz brothers too, right? They spent a lot of their time in Strikeforce, at least Nick did. And these characters are what attract people to the sport. And I think at the time, the reason Dana was immune to it and didn't see the Beavis and Butthead the way I saw it is Dana was thinking, I have athletes. And he's thinking the NFL, NBA, and he's thinking these people in perfect shape and whatnot. But that's just not how fighting is. Fighting is a different kind of sport for sure, with different characters and personalities, everything. And there it is. Todd, thanks, man. Thanks for doing this for me. Everybody, read my book, Warrior of the Light.